Hello everyone, welcome back. I am Roland from capacitybay.org and I am your instructor for today's topic. In our previous class, we talked about everything about variable and simple data types in Python, and in today's session, we'll be talking about introducing a list. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So I'm going to start by opening up my Python IDLE environment. So you're going to ask, you're going to say, what's the list? A list is a collection of items in a particular order. You can put anything you want into a list. So I'm going to go right ahead and create a simple list. I'm going to call that list cities. So you write list in brackets, brackets like this, and I'm going to write city names, and it's going to be in strings. So I'm going to use my double quotation. I'm going to start by saying Lagos, space Abuja, comma, Port Harcourt, say Ibadan, I'm going to say last city, I'm going to say Akure. So I'm going to close that list. Now, to access elements in a list, you access them by their indexes inside the list, by their index position. So the first item in a list is always identified with the index of 0. The second item in a list is identified with the index of 1. The third item, 2, the fourth, 3, and so on and so forth. Now, in this list, originally, when they ask you how many items are inside this list, you say 5. But you cannot identify the items in that list by using just by their position. You can only access the items in the list with their index position. So remember, the first item in every list is always known with the index of 0, the second one index of 1, and so on and so forth. So to practicalize that, I'm going to write here I'm going to say cities. Remember, cities is the name of the list. I'm going to say index of 0. I'm going to run this program. I click OK, and we'll have Lagos here. Lagos with the index position of 0. So let's try other positions. So if I come here and say index of 2, what is that going to be? If you said Port Harcourt, you would be right. So the item with the index of 2 in our list is Port Harcourt. Now there's something very special about list. You can identify the last element of a list by using -1. By using -1, you can identify the last item in the list. So if we print this, you're going to see Akure as the last item in the list. So remember, lists are identified by their index positions, and the first index position in the list always goes with the index position of 0. So we can further modify this list by changing an item in the list. So to change an item in the list, you have to specify the particular index position or particular item you want to change, and also specify its index position. So if I wanted to change Abuja in this list, I'll write cities. Abuja has an index of 1. I'm going to say equal to the name of the new city I want to change that to. So let me come here and change Abuja to Lokoja. So I come here and I'm going to print our list, which is cities. I print it, and if I run this, notice Abuja, the index position of 1 has been changed to Lokoja. Let's go further and let's change the last item on the list. Remember to access the last item in the list to use -1. And we're going to change that to what popular city do we have in Nigeria? Okay, let's say Calabar. Yeah, and if I run this, see Akure has been changed to Calabar on the list. So we're going to go further and we're going to talk about adding items to a list. Now, to add items to a list, you use the .append method. Use the .append method. Now, the .append method adds an item to the end of the list, and the essence of this parenthesis is to specify parameters that you want to do to that list. So if I come here and let me write this code in full, and I say cities dot append parameter, let's append remember our list has changed from the modifying that we did. So let's say I want to add Uyo to this list, so I close those brackets. So if I come here and I say print cities, run that, notice Uyo has been added to our list. Initially we had 5 items in the list. Now we have 6 items because we appended a new city to this list. So let's try appending another city to our list. Let's say let's append what city can I use? Let's append Eki. Okay, it is not a city, so let's append Enugu. Yeah, Enugu, and run that. Let's see that Enugu has been Enugu has been added to the list, but the previous city we added, Uyo, was removed from the list. So there are other methods that we can use for lists, but we're going to talk about that in our next session. So that will be all for this session. If you have any questions, you can drop that in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon to get notified whenever we drop a video. So see you guys in the next session. Thank you.